But first, infamous drug lord Rafael Caro Quintero is in Mexican custody tonight. Here is a look at an FBI Most Wanted ad calling for $20 million for his capture. Quintero was behind the killing and torture of a U.S. DEA agent back in the 1980s. This is video released by the Mexican Navy that's just into our newsroom of the arrest. He was released from prison in 2013 after 28 years behind bars and went right back to drug trafficking. Quintero is known for his role in violent turf battles in northern Mexico. He was caught by Mexican forces, but we don't know exactly what led to the arrest. And joining us now is former CIA officer and FBI special agent Tracy Walder. Tracy, thank you for being here. This guy, I think when I watch Narcos, one of the characters is actually him. So he's obviously a big deal. How big of a deal is this for the U.S. That he's finally in custody?
Well, thank you for having me, Brian. This is a huge deal. You have to remember he killed a DEA agent back in 1985. And, for a long time, we couldn't get that DEA's agent's body back to us. And so I think it's incredibly, incredibly important that he was arrested. I think that the Mexican government has probably known exactly where he was since 2013. But I suspect that movement was made on his arrest based off of the meeting that Obrador and Biden had in the Oval Office just a few days ago.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Tracy. The timing is certainly very, very interesting. And you say that you believe the Mexicans knew where he was all along. Biden met with the president of Mexico. You mentioned it just 2 days ago or so. Do you think they had a talk that led to this?
I do. I think it really is the same thing with El Chapo. When he was arrested, I do think that the Mexican government traditionally does know where these individuals are. And Obrador has been very transparent, actually, with saying that he's not going to do much to arrest and detain drug lords. Really, he's more into social policies and social welfare policies, and that he felt that not doing a lot to detain them was actually going to curb violence. But it really does exactly the opposite. And it kind of exacerbates the migrant crisis that we're having at the border. And so I suspect that he and Biden, throughout the course of their conversation, sort of had dealings and discussions about sort of what we could do in regards to the migrant policies that we have, and then what the Mexican government could do to help us with the things that we need and want from their government.
So is the Mexican government that corrupt, Tracy, that you think they knew where this guy was and just weren't arresting him all this time? I mean, we always hear that the cartel is tied into key government members, but if what you're saying is true, I mean, it goes all the way to the top, it seems like.
Just in the work that I have done and from the work that I have seen, I do believe that it does go all the way to the top. Now, I'm not sure that Obrador is accepting bribes and things like that from, the drug dealers and the drug traffickers. However, there sort of is this tit for tat, you protect me, I protect you. And that's really is something that's really been ingrained and entrenched. I mean, you have entire police departments that have had to resign, particularly in the city of Juarez, because of corruption. So this is really not something that is unusual. It's rather pretty typical.
Tracy, there was this massive drug bust in California, 1 million fentanyl pills in a house, the biggest ever in California. You know what a big problem that drug is, the #1 killer of young Americans today. Getting this guy off the street, Quintero, will that make a difference? Is that tied into fentanyl?
Yes and no. I want to say that this is going to make this, tremendous difference, but I also have to be honest. It's kind of the way I've always looked at drug dealers and the drug kingpins is they're really like starfish, right? You take out the head and their appendages sort of regrow. So, when we take out one, there's really someone that's going to come back in there and backfill that. And so as long as there is the demand, there's always going to be the supply. So yeah, this might cause a brief disruption, but I'm not certain that this is going to completely take out the demand.